All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Blade. Yeah, so we're gonna get into this lengthy video in just a second. We got War 789 going up against SGA-1, made in Brazil, MIBR, and SSx-1, SSx-1. Three really intense wars. We have got matched up against basically everyone in the top 10, just repeatedly throughout the season. All 9 wars have been difficult and it almost seems like increasingly difficult as they go on. But they've been a lot of fun. They just take a lot of time to plan and strategize. But just like my last video, I'm going to go through each one briefly, try to point out the approach and how I handled each fight. So this first one is Human Torch, who is global. I think every one of these videos, I'm pretty sure, is full Blade team. So yeah, just get ready for a lot of Blade. You're on the right channel if you like Blade. So yeah, first one we got Torch on, I think it was 6A. Aggression prowess, yeah, critical setup. Level 1 start, I'm pretty sure. Bleeds mitigate the incinerates, or they drastically reduce the duration that they are inflicted on you. So basically, a lot of standard Blade here, a lot of parries to get the bleed and the power gain. Yeah, I guess I didn't use anything. No level 1 start. I don't even think I had vulnerability. But so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and gain power. Standard Blade. I mean, those max deep wounds, they just wreck, and there's not even danger sense. But yeah, so basically just throw level 1s. I don't even know if I used any skill boosts for this one, because as I've been blading a lot, like basically every war, and oftentimes, I mean, I don't even, with a lot of these fights, yeah, I did use a skill boost there, but a lot of these fights, Blade really, unless it's a mini, and depending on who he's fighting, I would say he doesn't need a skill power boost. He's just fine with like an 8% or a 12% special boost, honestly. Because most of the time he's throwing level 1s, and they do, if you've got max deep wounds, they do so much damage. It's like you don't even need the power back. You end up killing them with a few level 1s and just having to bleed out, right? But anyway, so moving on, we got Wong next on the shared 456A node. Also aggression prowess, and then the knockdown protection. Similar strategy here. A lot of parries up front to get power and bleed him a bit, and then knock down when I'm close to level 2, and then just basically level 2s while he's got protection down. Bleed won't stick because he's debuff immune, but that's fine. And I think every time I've fought Wong in war this season, he ends up giving me that sanctum punishment, whatever it is, the power gain for the next opponent I face. And in order to prevent that, I'm pretty sure you have to kill him with less than a bar of power. Like if he has a bar of power, when you defeat him, then you're gonna get that sanctum-ness. And yeah, right here, I mean, I go red. You see that? I'm like, damn. And I got full health, so I can't like regen any power down. So, I mean, I could have thrown the level 3 here. I basically am trying to coax out a level 1. I don't want to get silly and end up, taking a lot of damage or even dying. So, I'm like, all right, fine, just die then. I think I give it another chance, maybe. Getting too close to the wall. Yeah, we'll just kill him. So here we go. We got sanctum punishment. It's usually, I mean, it's annoying, it's never a good thing, but you play around it. So yeah, we got Maw on the Scared Stiff Power Focus Mini Bubble Shield. Danger Sense can and will prevent the Bubble Shield, and probably the Root, the Scared Stiff. I don't know. about the root part, but I'm sure that danger sense can prevent it. But yeah, so I think I've got Maw on this mini in 2 of these videos. Yeah, what is it? Sacrifice your sanctum? Is that what it is? Sacrifice your sanctum? Yep. So we're gonna roll in here. What do we got? Level 1 start, or did I go with invulnerability? No, advanced power. Of course, advanced power is basically better for almost every scenario. I think I take a couple hits in this one. I don't remember. Maybe. Yeah, it backs up here. Smacks me. I wasn't quick enough on that heavy. Lead parries. So money. I mean, even if you don't stun him, you know, like with a champion like Maw who doesn't make contact, and you know your parry stun window is like on what, 1 hit, but you still get the parries on a well-timed block. So that's money. Throwing the level 1s. Yeah, let's throw level 1 there. And yeah, danger sense will prevent. It can prevent the degen. It can prevent the nullify, one or the other or both. And man, I did some calculations, and Blade with 30% champ, and 15 attack, so that's 45% attack, and full danger sense, meaning he's got spark, and then either against a dimensional being, or you've got one of the mystics, Mephisto, Dormammu, or Ghost Rider, whatever that is. But with max danger sense and the plus 45% attack, he has the highest attack in the game, and it's by a pretty significant margin, with the exception of like Omega Sentinel and Claire. I think Omega Sentinel is either the only one higher than him, but with suicides. So you're talking about Blade with max danger sense, and then the 45% attack has over 10k attack, which is pretty ridiculous. And unless my math is wrong, but someone can, if you feel like it, please check my work. Yeah, it's pretty nuts, and that's without suicides. And then every champ in the game with suicides doesn't have that high. No one has that high. And I get that, like, you got Cosmic Ghost Rider who, inflicts a ton of armor breaks, etc. And there's, ways to modify attack, furies, and so on. But I'm just talking about a standard out of the gate attack. It's pretty rad. So yeah, anyway. Doom. This is what, power snack? Yeah, just parries. I don't even think I get to an L2 here. Danger sense can prevent the power sting, whatever that's called on this node. And those power stings on this node really are weak. I don't know if they scale up or down with class, advantage, disadvantage, but either way, I mean, it's weak. It's not a hard power sting at all. But yep, mode Doom down. Moving on to 5B, we got Ebb and Flow Intercept, Galan. I think one of my previous videos, I had him on this exact node, and I actually just forgot to record. So here we go. If you guys were curious, it's definitely a pretty easy fight. Galan's shtick is obviously Harvest. He's Dimensional Being, but on top of that, with anybody, danger sense aside, you basically want to knock him down with specials. Heavies don't remove his planetary mass, but specials do. So you basically want to knock him down with specials. Each knockdown with a special is, I think it removes 30 planetary mass. You throw danger sense in the mix, and I think it can just prevent harvest or prevent planetary mass gain regardless. But you get all this power gain from Blade anyway, so knocking down with just level 1 is no problem at all. Now Galan's level 1. It's kind of tricky to evade fully when he goes up and then that beam comes down. So when that beam comes down, like, you could probably full dex, but I mean, if so, it's a tight window. So most of the time, like, I just hold block. Beam comes down right here, and then you dex out of the back of it. I think I've dexed it once, maybe twice, but I usually get tagged. So it's just not worth it. You know, just eat it, eat the block damage, and back out, boom, just like that. Not like Winter Soldier's level 2, same deal. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, he's just falling apart. No planetary mass. He's just meat. Yeah. So I think we got Chavez next. Yeah, Ebb and Flow. She's pretty popular on this 5B path. God, so many people struggle against Chavez. And she is a tricky defender if you don't know how to fight her. I mean, she does have hard counters, just like everybody. Quicksilver, an amazing counter. Even with protection like this. It takes a lot longer, but super safe. Now, not so much on Mighty Charge, actually, but the node before this and then the protection nodes on 5A, you could just leave protection up and just mow her down with Quicksilver. Just don't knock her down so you don't lose any of your debuffs. Sure, you're playing through protection, but super safe. He can remove any of her dimensions. But yeah, so Blade, we're gonna go for an early intercept here. Draft back, boom, done. Hopefully, Danger Sense will prevent protection from coming back. If so, that's just awesome. So level 1 here. She does have Mighty Charge. Right, that's so nice though. If you can bait that level 1, the bleeds stay, because even though it's Mighty Charge, she just wakes up and throws that special. She just stays bleeding, like right here. Look at that. All those bleeds have been sticking this whole time on a Mighty Charge node. It's so nice. Yeah, just falls apart. 10k plus attack. Wow. Sassy, he's next. I think I fought him twice within these 3 wars on the same node. Also a popular placement here. Yeah, because like, you know, a lot of people use AA or someone who, you know, a science champ who basically all rely on debuffs. And this is Mighty Charge, so none of that basically sticks. Used to use She-Hulk, amazing for him here as long as you know how to fight him. Because his regen, it's contingent on Petrify. It's contingent on no Petrify, but you don't need a Petrify to last. All it has to do is just proc. That's it. So if he has regen up, and like with She-Hulk, and you throw a level 2, and that Petrify just hits, he falls down, gets back up, Mighty Charge, you know, it goes away, it doesn't matter, the regen already disappears. So pretty nice. Blade can just prevent the regen altogether, and or just overpower it, you know. Plus the bleeds, you know, you got a point or 2 in despair. You know, just basically ignore it, more or less. Blade's such a beast, man. Such a killer. The Danger Sense is ruthless. Hit the level 2. Yes, sir. Boom. Draft back. Level 1. Or level 2, rather. Tamarack, you can see that some Danger Sense can prevent right there. Should have been unstoppable. It's not, because he's in Tamarack. Danger Sense. I don't think protection came back, and it was supposed to. Thank you, Danger Sense. Rank 5. Rank 5 Blade incoming. Yeah, no, I mean, he's definitely going to rank 5. Whether or not he'll be my first, don't know. Got to finish Karina and see. Quicksilver, it'll be Quicksilver, Doom, Doom, Silver Surfer. Those 4 classes, if I get any of those, that's for sure going to rank 5. Mutant and Skill, I mean, Skill doesn't really have any prestige. I mean, you got Valkyrie, but she's, what, 6th now? And I mean, Valkyrie is amazing. An amazing champ. I haven't really gotten into her, mainly because I blade everything, but yeah, I mean, Valkyrie, my issue with her is that she's very contingent on AI behavior. So like you get an aggressive AI and because you know, you don't want to hit them. I mean, you're basically a normal champ if you're not hitting their block. That's her thing. We got Meph here. I think this is what, 2A? placebo node or something like that, I think. I don't remember, we'll see in a second. Yeah, I think it is. Did that regen boost. The regen boost, the war boost, I mean, it's pretty worthless. I mean, for Blade, it's good because, you know, he doesn't have the best block efficiency, etc. Full yellow bar, baby. Let's do it. So it's, you know, you go in preemptively with a regen boost when you know it's going to be a pretty straightforward fight. It's okay. But, I mean, in my opinion, the regen boost needs to be doubled. It needs to be doubled in potency, whether that's over the, you know, double the duration, you can do it that way, or just double the potency in the same amount of time, or a combination of the two. I think that would make it much better. Not OP, but much better than its current state, because it doesn't scale with boosts. So you boost up and you're still just getting like, you know, not even mediocre healing. It's less than that. Masochism, shared 123A node here. Chavez again, naturally. But yeah, I'll get back to Valkyrie in a sec. Yeah, what I roll with, I think I kept the regen boosts here. I was confident. I felt pretty good about this. Chavez, you know, against danger sense, full danger sense. Feel good about it. Oh, these hurt. They freaking hurt. Danger sense can prevent masochism. They can prevent basically, I mean, pretty much anything. L2 shred. Yeah, Valkyrie. I mean, she's an awesome champ. Mine is rank 3, but unduped. Yes, I could awaken. I have plenty of gems, but then you're talking 200 stones, and it's only a rank. It's what, she's 6th in prestige, maybe a little lower than that now with Baron Zemo. I haven't checked in a bit, but yeah, it just doesn't seem worth it, you know, because I mean, not only do I have to go, I gotta go to rank 4, awaken, put 200 stones, and then rank 5. A lot of resources, and I'd rather just, you know, either wait for Zemo or do him as my prestige skill 5. Rank 5. And in the meantime, I pull skill. It's like it's got to be Blade. You know, he's a freaking absolute workhorse in war. So probably gonna be Blade. I'll discuss with ally mates and you know, see the goings on, see if that's doable. And then mutant, man, I mean, there's a lot of awesome mutants. Professor X, Apoc, Omega. I don't use suicide, so you got Omega. Great option, I would say. But I just, you know, until they do loadouts, I don't really play battlegrounds, but they do have those loadouts, and it's super nice. And I feel like they're gonna do it for war eventually. You get that spacing there into the heavy. Get a little closer. Carry bleed. Bleed. Bruh. Carry bleed. But yeah, until they do loadouts, I basically I don't mess with suicides pretty much never unless I'm doing a featured grind, which is rare. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with mutant. I honestly just don't know. I mean, probably maybe a defense rank, Namor, like Namor's, you know, he's niche. He's got some amazing uses, but it's just few and far between. Now with this global, he is an awesome option for 7A and 7B. Skill champs, you know, that purify, or any champ that purifies and you get that damage reflection. But it's hard to plan for a Namor because he doesn't really, you know, he's not really good for any other fight. So he's a specialist. Mine is rank 4, 200, and he helped me with prestige early on, but I just don't think he's worth the rank 5. Yeah, you know, so I don't know. We will revisit that whenever we finish Korea. All right, we got Mordo next. This power snack node. Playing here, I think I hold block. You know, can't parry an attack. I don't have a Wags pre-fight, so the plan is just, you know, bait heavy. Try to evade the heavy without dexterity buff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it fights fast. Guys have realized, guys and gals, Blade just absolutely murders people. Ooh, got a parry there. Ah, that was nice. That was not planned, but I'll take it. And you saw, I think I think I got 2 of those power stings from throwing 2 specials, and you saw the damage. It's weak. I mean, you really don't. It's like you don't even have to worry about it. Moving on, we got a lot of 5A or 5B and 6B in these videos, and this season really, it's kind of my thing. Sprinkling some 4A, but mainly or 4B, and then mainly 5B and 6B, to be honest. So we got Nimrod, Sparkwork. I liked, honestly, man, I would love, I mean, rank 4 first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but a rank 5 Spark, bowling. He hits so hard, and I don't really care for many of the spiders in this game. They all synergize with basically themselves. I don't care for most of them, but I do love me some Spark. He got me through a lot of Abyss? Labyrinth. I don't know. I think it was Abyss. Back 5-star days. Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of Labyrinth with him. Abyss, whichever one it is. Look at that, resist. Guys, Heavy had so much reach. Ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, he's still amazing as rank 3, you know, great at Blade. He doesn't get a lot of work, but he does. He gets some action, and the fights that he takes are definitely great. So any of these Spark fights that you see on 6B, I'm always going to have Max Tech Collar. So I've got it here. Level 1 start, you know, basically punch, build poise, power drain, you know, make sure they're basically at no power when I throw this first level 2. Nimrod's less of a concern about, you know, giving him even 1 bar, because his level 1 doesn't do much damage. I'll either auto evade or it's just easy to evade. But anyone with prowess, basically a mutant, you know, Apoc, he's the big one. You know, you don't want him to throw anything, not 1 special ever, because, you know, he deals with evade, and also his stuff goes unblockable. He's got all that prowess. So, yes, something to bear in mind. Can't parry on this node, Hard Knock Life. Same premise, level 1 start, dex a bunch to build poise, and, you know, basically beat him up until he's close to a bar. Either bait the Heavy and you can counter Heavy and drain him that way, or you can just get your 1 parry and Heavy that way, power drain him, and then, you know, disorient and block proficiency destruction. That'll wear off in whatever it is, 10 seconds. So either one of those is fine. EMP comes back in about, I think it's like 30 seconds or something like that. So, but yeah, the Max Tech Collar, you know, just like in class mastery, it's a help. It's just, you know, a little bit of an advantage. I mean, it's one of the useful class masteries. I mean, you got mutagenesis, kind of worthless. I think it's like basically good for rogue in very specific situations. And, you know, pure skill, it's useless. I think what rank 3 is basically as high as you need to go, but it's not worth the points. Used to be amazing many years ago, but they've just dropped the ball on masteries basically indefinitely. So it was on their forecast to address masteries, but I think this year, but I don't, you know, who knows, their roadmap. EMP ready. Let's power drain and drop a level 2 power drain. We're good. We got 0 power now. Parry. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is when you hear me tapping. I had my mic on record, I think I actually dropped some profanities here. I cut the video off because this was actually terrifying because it was like an additional minute and change of loading. And I was like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna get a disconnect. And it did disconnect me, but it counted as a win. It counted as the solo. So I was like, I was pissed, sitting there just spinning. Wi-Fi's good. I mean, it's the game. I mean, everyone else was complaining about similar stuff, you know, just lag and problems. I don't know if it's the last update. I mean, it's Kabam, who knows? But yeah, that was scary. But yeah, like Cosmic Awareness, worthless. You got Tech Collars, Serum Science, and you got Mystic Dispersion. Mystic Dispersion, amazing. Tech Collar at max rank. It has its uses for sure. And then Serum Science, it needs a little bit of a tweak. It'd be great if it, you know, it needs a higher value. I think at max rank it's like plus 900 energy resistance, which is something. You know, it is something. It's decent, but I think it needs to be at least double that, if not triple, and or you know, mitigate degen damage. Do. Either way, it does have some use. It's not worthless like pure skill and mutagenesis and cosmic awareness. But yeah, so we got Wong. I think his unstoppable is like when he has the blue, his blue whatever the hell that is, passive buff or whatever. When he's got that out, I think he goes unstoppable when he throws a special or something. So you don't want to counterattack. What was just up, I think, was the regen one, maybe. But yeah, Wong, you know, he's a mystic. I mean, Blade, Danger Sense, eats him up. Was that the end of 5B? Yeah, shared. What do I got? This one, Sassy, maybe? Yeah, this is Sassy on Hard Knock Life. Limber, Brute Force, and whatever that first part of the node is. Increases auto block, ability accuracy, and evasion. He has neither, so irrelevant. But Limber, you basically get 2 parries maybe, but you're also getting disorient and block proficiency reduction. So basically you don't want to parry, even with a white max pre-fight, but you know, don't really need it. I'm pretty confident fighting Sassy pretty much anywhere. I've fought him a lot. Bait heavies, you know, Danger Sense prevents a, you know, unstoppable, regen, basically any of his shenanigans. So yeah, a lot of heavy baiting. Brute Force is probably the killer here. You know, if you don't have a proper counter for that when he goes into Tanorak, he's sitting here throwing specials with his own power reserve, you know. And if you can't get a hit in, man, you just start melting. And I do take like half my life bar in degen damage collectively throughout the fight. But it is what it is, you know. Stay cool, don't panic. You'll get your windows. Those dex windows are nice. You know, dex is level 1 confidently, and just, you know, roll back in. You get your hit confirms there. You know, you're gonna proc the precision buff from dexterity. It is what it is. You have to have that on against him, unless you're using. There's no unstoppable there on that Tanorak level 2. You know, unstoppable. Love it. But yeah, like unless you're using like a buff immune champ, you know, you have to keep dex on. So this is where you just going kind of AP. And degen does brute force, you know, brute me down a bit there. Because of that, if you, yeah, his level 1, you have to be able to dex it, because if you block that last hit, when he throws the freaking soil at you, it's like 20% chance to stun, which you just have to assume it's 100% more. If he is in Tanorak, it is 100%. So yeah, you don't want any of that nonsense. All right, moving on. We got SSx. This is the most recent war. These guys, oh my goodness, man. Daddy Longlegs, DLL over there. We go way back. We used to play together. Dude is crazy versed in this game. Super skilled. His knowledge is just ridiculous. I know a lot about this game, but he knows it all. And, you know, shout out to him, Strands, JT over there. Anyone else that, you know, I'm missing? But, yeah, these guys, man, these guys are good. This was a really close war. This planning was an absolute nightmare. Really good layout. Everything, you know, spread out, complex. Yeah, I mean, you'll see at the end of this, it got a little rough. It got a little bit dicey. But yeah, you know, shout out to these guys. You know, we won, but it was, oh my goodness. I think it was 7-6, and we had 70 fights left, I'm pretty sure. So we were up by 1. We didn't know if we had the time lead because we still had like 70 fights left. And I'm pretty sure they were done, or they had 9 fights, if I remember correctly. They were like 141 total. We had around 70 fights left, and 1 death to give, I think, to tie. And so we were like, man, and I think we were done. Battle Group 3, we were done with our war at that point, so it was basically on Battle Group 1 and 2. We might have had 2 fights left, but I had already taken boss down, so there's no global. Yeah, and I used Meph for this sloped armor fight. You know, I didn't talk about this, but, you know, first, you know, reactions are, oh, well, you know, he's going to heal. Sorceress, you know, he heals from Incinerate. Yeah, and he does. But Meph was a great counter. I mean, I boosted huge, but great counter. You know, you get 3 charges. Those 3 charges were just enough to throw 3 level 1s and just keep him soul imprisoned so he can't gain any buffs. No chance of armor because did a bunch of duels and Blade. I was going to use Blade. He's a rank 4. You know, bleed him out. But man, Silver Surfer, you know, you just don't know. I mean, the guy will throw a level 1 when he's got armor buff, you know, active or circled or whatever. Or he'll just throw a heavy. Man, if that armor gets up, you're screwed. You have to basically wait it out, and it just, nope, pass. So I went with Meph. Worked out. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, so we got Maw. God, volume's a little low on this. I'm gonna adjust that. I think I turned my music off too. Doing some Karina. Yeah, we got Maw on shared 1, 2, 3A. Yeah, it was like this path for full blade, or I was gonna basically take Chavez on 5A shared. You know, which one? You know, which one do we, you know, is tougher for us as a battle group? You know, Maw here, who's global, or Chavez, not global, on 5B. I was like, I'm fine with either. You know, I was like leaning Maw because he's global, and Maw sucks. I mean, we die to Maw pretty frequently as a battle group and just as an alliance. So yeah, opted for Maw on 3A. So yeah, those 2 fights. Then we go on 6B, Apoc. Common here. Pretty straightforward fight. Yeah. Again, max tech collar. Don't want him throwing crap. No specials, nada. Big, you know, I big boost here, and I use 212 tech boost respectively. I mean, you'd be fine with probably 8 and 150 or 150 and 12. You know, if you guys don't want to always spend the 200. Mine's a rank 3 Spark Sig 1. Just Awaken. That's it. And I think the max tech collar against Apoc is probably the bigger asset here. It's better technology than even the 200%, because you can basically keep him completely. You don't have to worry. Like it's because it's minus 18% combat power rate. It's big. You know, full combo considerably reduced on combat power rate increase. So, yeah, because like, you know, you can see where his power is right now, and I'm almost at another level 2 now. I can just dash in right here, boom, level 2 him. But I don't want to risk it. I don't want to put any risk in case I get like no crits. Boom, counter heavy. I think he suckered me. Yeah, I missed my finger slip or something. Just gonna smack him right in the face. A little 26k, 10k crit. Now this next fight, oddly enough, this was actually the fight that, man, I got suckered trying to, you know, bait out a special on Wake Up, but also at the same time, you know, I whiff a light to try to bait out a special, but at the same time, I don't want to block any of the specials because this is that stupid prowess buildup unblockable, passively special. So basically, any blocked hit you take on a special, the next special are unblockable. So don't want to block any of his specials. Obviously, don't want to get hit by him either. But the thought here, you know, Spark, you know, I dueled with Spark. Spark is great for this too, but Mole Man, his true accuracy is actually a good thing because you don't have to worry about Spark, you know, auto evading and you screw it up, you know, i.e. Ultron evading all over the place, and you're like, ugh, or Mr. Fantastic, you know, where you're like, oh my god, all the evasion's great, but then you get smacked because you can't like keep up, you're not ready for it. So yeah, strategy here, I went with Blade, rank 4. So rank 4, you know, any power at all, you're gonna reduce any bleeds if you take, you know, you get smacked or something. I think it was just a smarter choice. Yes, Spark hits smarter, especially if you just sit here and poke boys, but he's already squishy, real squishy. You know, Blades, you know, he's not tanky by any means, but, you know, a little stockier than Spark, but he's also a rank 4, he's got regen. Yeah, so I was basically just going to push him to 20 monster mass so I could, you know, get my bleeds to stick. That's the strat here. But then he wants to hold his damn level 2. Mole Man, I don't like fighting Mole Man. It's not like super difficult, it's really easy to evade, but you can't even just block. So like muscle memory, I often have to really be conscious of what I'm doing and not like, you know, muscle memory, I just will intercept sometimes, you know, or just do a pounder block or something for gain space or whatnot, and you just can't do that because he will go unstoppable and you will just get wrecked. Yeah, right here, boom, I whiff bait, and this guy just gets up and goes, bah, hits me with his freaking paw. Yeah, I just press here. I was like, all right, press. So yeah, that was a couple big ass pots right there. Yeah, that was almost a death. That wasn't fun. And I also chopped like my finger off last night, freaking making dinner. So I was playing with like a, you know, big ass, gauze and all this crap on my finger. I mean, it's not my playing finger, right? It goes behind my phone, but either way, like, not fun. Anywho, so, man up. Sassy again, as promised. Shared. I am, at this point, I am literally as boosted as high as I possibly can in the game. Can't boost any higher. I've got 25 red, 20 orange, and 30 green, and then 212 or 212% skill respectively each boost. So yeah, highest possible boost in the game. I respec mastery a few times in this war because, you know, I mean, we needed to win this. We wanted to win this bad, and you know, we had a lot of fights left. We were going for a donut in our battle group, and I wasn't going to be that death. Plus, I still had to take spot boss. I wasn't worried about that at all, but what I was worried about was this damn Sorceress on the Aspect of Evolution mini again. I think I died to her in 40 in my previous video. She's tough. This global, she is tough. You know, if you don't have a good counter, they ban Spider 99, which is basically the best counter. You know, him and AV, or I'm sorry, not Agent, Anti-Venom for the synergy. Oh, can't use this ban. There it is. Boom! Dash back, light into level 2. Not even a combo. Dash back light, level 2. Yeah, so I was like, damn. And I dueled the crap out of her. Because I knew that Blade could do this fight, you know. It got way out of hand last time I fought her. And I ended up just forgetting her level 2 was unblockable. And I just sat there and just took the level 2 right into the face. But I glancing all over the place. Like, it was just, awful. But I did almost pull that out, you know, despite all the glancing. So I knew what I needed to do this time. Last time I used vulnerability, which I think is the way to go against her. But I lost it like immediately, so there's no chance I could even eat her level 3 against GT40. But this time I was like, same thing. All right, I'm a little bit more boosted, but really, we're not gonna get freaking stabbed by a combo right away and lose our invulnerability. We're gonna parry bleed a bunch, and basically push myself to a level 2 before she gets to a level 1. Throw the level 2. And then we're going to hold block and basically try to re-parry. We're going to hold block to try to prevent her from throwing any special, because that's when the debuffs start. She is global. You're just going to get glanced all over the place. Boom, level 2. We're going to hold block. That level. Damn! Expect full. And then boom. 2 level 2s. Look at that. Just absolutely gunned down. Played. I did max despair. I've been running 2 in despair, and then 2 in willpower, kind of the trade-off there. I love 3 in willpower typically, and I definitely like 3 in despair, but you know, trade-offs. So 2 has been actually the sweet spot for me on despair and with willpower. But man, I just, you know, I hate coming off freaking 200 units to just spec masteries all over the place, so I don't. You know, I pretty much keep it where it's at, but I mean, I've been rerunning masteries for Karina, and it's just like, it is what it is. You know, got to suck it up sometimes. So yeah, max despair. I think I put an extra 1 on assassin. Obviously, max deep wounds. And here we go, last fight of this video. Spot. This is Strands' spot. He messaged me online before I even got started in my war. I guess he scoped out, and he was like, I see you with that blade over there. He already knew what time it was. He knew I was taking that spot boss. So yeah, I mean, I've already taken this guy everywhere. I've taken him on boss. I think this is my 3rd time. Blade he's the way. I mean, he just absolutely shreds him. And this wasn't even, you know, it is a good solo, but I tried to get him to throw to level 1, didn't want to, backed me up a little bit. Took a little longer than my last solos, but it doesn't matter. Because normally I like to parry level 1, get a parry bleed. But he didn't even gain 3 spots. Level 2. Dusted. So yeah, I hope this helps you guys. You know, if you enjoyed it, maybe give me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you in the next one. Next 3 wars, last ones. Whew. Peace.